Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green and you're watching Green Wave TV of the Alternative Media Television Network. President Barack Obama wants your guns, and clearly he is using the tragic shooting at Newtown, Connecticut and others, like we've seen with the MK CIA PSYOP in Aurora, Colorado, to scapegoat these tragedies affecting our children, to take away your guns and to torch, trash, and flush the Second Amendment and the U.S. Constitution down the toilet. Now, this is just plain wrong. You know, I just saw a movie last night, I did a review on it. You can watch the review here, where I gave a review on the new Quentin Tarantino movie, Django, which is about a slave who gains his freedom and ends up going on a violent, murderous gun killing spree, blowing the heads off people's heads and killing dozens and dozens of blood splattering guts, gore, and really evil all over the screen. Yet it's interesting that President Barack Obama isn't addressing Hollywood violence or video games at all. Now, me personally, you see, I have no problem with that because I can tell reality from non-reality. I can tell non-fiction from fiction. But what's clear and what's fundamental about all these psychopathic killers that are just that crazy, psychopaths, and you can't ban psychopaths. You can only try to get these people help. The philosophy that President Barack Obama is selling to the American people, that because of these bad apples, that we need to disarm everybody, that we need to disarm the American people, without addressing a single mental health issue, the fact that all of these crazy, psychopathic people were on drugs. Not only were all of them schizophrenic, or at least believed to be so, but all of them, every single one of them, whether or not it was Jared Loughner, the MK killer James Holmes, or the recent killing by Adam Lanza, all of these individuals were on psychotropic SSRI medication from the big pharmaceutical companies, whether or not it be Merck, Pfizer, or anyone else. Yet no one is talking or lobbying against these companies. They're only going after the guns. And this shows you that this has always been a part of President Barack Obama's agenda. Now, I've covered this extensively over the past several years now. Ever since President Barack Obama took power and became President of the United States and was now newly reelected, it has always been about the guns. That's why he's been working in the UN Disarmament Treaty for some time now, and it's exactly why they're using, and scapegoating these events to go after what they intended all along. This is about our freedom. This is about our liberty. Now, America would not exist without guns. America would not exist if it wasn't the good people of the United States firing back at the redcoats so we could declare independence and declare our independence from an oppressive Great Britain and fire back at the redcoats in 1776. Wouldn't exist. And now they want to come after our guns. Now, President Obama has even said specifically, check this out, in 2008, while he was trying to become president, he wouldn't go after your guns.
When y'all go home and you're talking to your buddies and they say, he wants to take my gun away. You've heard it here. I'm on television, so everybody knows it. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in people's lawful right to bear arms. I will not take your shotgun away. I will not take your rifle away. I won't take your handgun away.
But now he's coming after your guns. You see what they do? You see all these politicians? You see how manipulative and a bunch of lying scumbags they are? They say one thing and they do the exact opposite. Now, the intent here is to disarm the American people before the outbreak of a wider domestic regional conflict, which is clearly leading up to the next civil war in this country, because albeit it is a small minority, it is a growing minority that realizes that something's wrong here, that the red alert is going off, that any time a leader, rather a dictator, goes to disarm its people, the red flag should be going off. Hitler did this. We've seen this throughout history with any real dictator that has ever ceded or taken power. And you see, this is what we have in the United States today, a totalitarian hijacking of our country, a takeover of our very freedom and fundamental liberty. And if we don't do something now, if we don't speak up, if the great majority of the people that are blinded by this propaganda don't see that this is a gigantic and very great risk to the constitutional republic, then we're missing something huge. And we're going to find ourselves in more bondage. We're going to find ourselves subservient and servile to a totalitarian dictatorship that has overtaken our land and has now stripped us from the very right and fundamental ability, as it says so in the Constitution via the Second Amendment, to defend ourselves from enemies both foreign and domestic. Please get this message out and share it to the viewing public, to as many people as possible. I'm Christopher Green. You've been watching Green Wave TV, alternative media television, always hard-hitting in your face. And if you like this video, please share it. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and get it out to the viewing public. Peace.